The Highlanders 2026 Super Rugby Pacific squad isn't just a list of names. It's a bold statement about the direction this team is heading into one of the toughest rugby competitions in the Southern Hemisphere. What you're about to hear is rooted entirely in fact, new signings, rising stars, seasoned internationals, and coaching strategy focused on depth, speed, and impact. When the Highlanders unveiled their squad in the 2026 season, there was an unmistakable buzz. Not just because of the names included, but because of what those names signal about the club's ambitions. Let's start in the engine room, where experience meets authority. In the front row, one of the biggest grabs of the off-season was securing All Blacks prop Angus Ta'avao, a veteran with over 260 professional appearances across Super Rugby and overseas competitions. Ta'avao is the ultimate battler in the scrum, and having him in the ranks instantly strengthens one of the most physically demanding parts of the team. His ability to play on both sides of the scrum gives the Highlanders flexibility on game day and tactical resilience in long, bruising forward exchanges. But it's not just local experience that's joined the Highlanders, there's also serious international firepower. Argentina lock Thomas Lavanini arrives in Dunedin after a long stint in France's top 14, bringing his reputation as a dominant second row force straight into Super Rugby Pacific. With over 90 test caps for Argentina, his presence adds serious heft and physical presence to the pack. Lavanini's role here is clear. Add steel to the forward platform and set the tone of intensity that others have to match, especially in tight moments. That blend of grunt and poise carries across the forward pack. Alongside those stars in the tight five are proven performers like Daniel Leonard-Brown, Ethan de Groot, Josh Bartlett, and Sisifu Koltai, all of whom form a deep front row unit capable of enduring pressure over the long haul of the Super Rugby season. These players aren't just built for collision, they're built for consistency, anchoring scrums, securing ball, and providing a stable base for attacking raids. The hooker stocks featuring Henry Bow, Jack Taylor, and Suani Vikina offer variety in throwing accuracy, groundwork, and dynamic play. A strong group here allows the Highlanders to rotate without losing momentum, a critical advantage in a competition where injuries and heavy workloads are constant threats. What's fascinating about this squad is how the changes echo a deliberate shift. The Highlanders want to balance seasoned wisdom with emerging spark. You can see that perfectly in the loose forwards, where names like Hugh Renton, Nikora Broughton, Oliver Hine, Sean Withy, Kamaka Halwan, and Vivivai Lasaki offer athleticism, breakdown craft, and relentless work rate. The type of players who win with the unseen battles that don't show up on the scoreboard but define the contest. Loose forward player has become an increasingly pivotal part of Super Rugby, where turnovers, support lines, and defensive organisations often decide matches. Players like Oliver Hine and Hugh Renton bring mobility around the field, while the blend of youth and experience adds adaptability to this unit, ready to bring toughness at the breakdown and keep momentum going when the team needs it most. But if the forwards are the engines, the backs are the ones who make the team threaten to explode. The Highlanders backline for 2026 is stacked with pace and creative spark. Speedsters like Caleb Tangitau, Finn Hurley, and Jacob Ratumai Tavuki Nepkins are all players who pose a real scoring threat every time they touch the ball. Their blistering pace forces defenders to make split-second choices, and in a competition where line breaks in the blink of an eye, that's gold. There's real depth in the back three too. Alongside those explosive names are Jonah Nariki and Jonah Lowe, both of whom bring experience and finishing instinct. This outside unit isn't just fast, it's dynamic, constantly shifting defensive shapes and turning scraps of space into attack opportunities. Injecting even more tempo into the back three are exciting talents like Stanley Solomon and Xavier Tito Harris, both of whom have stepped up from younger levels with skills that suggest they belong here. Solomon's electric footwork and dynamic running line create doubt in defences, while Tito Harris's background in sevens rugby makes him a nightmare to pin down in space. Their inclusion isn't just about speed, it's about unpredictability, putting defenders on the edge with every touch. Yet the Highlanders didn't stop at athletic backs. They've also ensured there's playing craftsmanship in the spine of the team. Folau Fakatava, Adam Lennox, and Dylan Pledger form a strong halfback group, giving coach Jamie Joseph multiple options for fast service from the base of the ruck. Fakatava's sniping runs and link play brighten an attacking platform, while Pledger's rise from the under-20 standouts to the top squad member illustrates the Highlanders' faith in young talent. First five options Andrew Newstub, Cameron Miller, and Tane Robinson provide a potent mix of tactical kicking, organised play, and calm decision-making under pressure. Newstub's vast experience in sevens adds a unique flair to his game management, Miller's composed playmaking offers structure and balance, and Robertson's potential gives the squad another creative dimension. The midfield crops featuring Christian Pasitoa, Timothy Tawatawanawai, Jake Tahiwi, Taniala Teala, Josh Warner blends power and agility. Pasitoa's versatility to play centre or first fives gives the Highlanders options in how they shape their attack, while Tawatawanawai's established try-scoring ability makes him a constant threat in the heart of the backline. What ties all of this together isn't just a list of players, it's a coaching philosophy. Head coach Jamie Joseph has spoken openly about building depth and balance across the squad, so that the Highlanders can cope with the inevitable grind of a long Super Rugby season, and still attack with imagination when it matters most. There's a shift from past seasons, where injuries or inconsistencies sometimes expose narrow bench options. Now, there's real competition for every jersey, and that the internal challenge fuels performances on the weekend. Every rugby fan knows culture matters just as much as talent. There's another nuisance here too. The squad respects its history, while embracing the future. The Highlanders have always had a reputation for playing with toughness and spirit, something that supporters in Dunedin and throughout the Lower South Island have proudly identified with for decades. But this version adds a sharper attacking edge, a willingness to mix artists with enforcers, and a belief that they can compete with any team in the Pacific. And while fans are excited to see the Stars, there's also buzz around players who have been pushing to make names for themselves. The competition for spots at halfback between Whakatawa, Pletcher, and Lennox promises tactical depth and fireworks, while the first five thread through Miller, Newstub and Robinson means could see fresh strategic choices as opponents try to read the Highlanders' next move. Every team wants depth, but only the ones smart enough to leverage it thrive. The Highlanders have built a squad that isn't just about starters, it's about a match-winning unit that can hurt you from front to back. They can pivot from physical contests to electric counterattacks without missing a beat. It's that unpredictability that will keep opposition coaches awake at night. So as the Highlanders head into the 2026 Super Rugby Pacific season, what we're looking at is a group that carries its tradition in its bones, but innovation in its flair. A team not just built to endure, but to surprise, to break lines, and to make supporters roar. A team not just built to endure, but to surprise, to break lines, to make supporters roar, and to create moments that fans will talk about long after the whistle. Ever wanted to create your own rugby highlights channel just like this one? With my course, the YouTube Creator Toolkit, I show you exactly how I do it, from the tools I use to the templates I built. You get everything. Just copy, paste, and start creating. Learn how to grow your channel, keep viewers hooked, and turn views into income. Click the link in the description below to learn more and start your channel today. Now back to the video. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more Super Rugby insight, remember to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace!